Feelings that continue to fall. Oh boy. Well, let's continue the fall. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Oh, it's too bright. After the incident with Ruzi, I endlessly searched for the reason for the pain in my chest. Because of that, I didn't get sleepy until it was almost dawn. The morning sun felt even brighter to my sleep-deprived body. I started to get dressed, begrudging the shining sun. Dang sun. If I should happen to run into Ruzi along the way, just pretend to be calm. Just pretend. You're not calm, but just pretend. So I told myself. Just open the door as usual, greet everyone, and then talk to him just like that. He's probably going to start ignoring you from now on. I'm gonna take a guess. We'll see. Help out as if nothing had happened, and then we can go back to normal. I headed to the lab while practicing the scenario in my head. But as I passed in front of the courtyard, the scenario I'd practiced in my head ended in failure due to an unexpected situation. In the distance, I saw Ruzi's back profile. Panicking, I hid myself in the shadows. Where are you going? Not aware of my watching him, Ruzi went in a completely different direction. I followed him with my eyes perplexed. I wonder if he's going to make an interim report to Toya. Or maybe he's going to confess like he did before? An unidentified mist covered my chest. I became so curious, and although I knew I shouldn't, I followed Ruzi. If he is talking to Toya, he might ask to get Naala removed from the assistants, potentially as well. We'll see. I've never been here before. I looked out around a corridor with no people in it. There's no other doors here, so Ruzi must be here. What's he doing here? Maybe he's got a clandestine relationship that he can't tell anyone about. While feeling guilty, I suppressed my presence and approached. I held my breath and listened. This is... What I heard inside was not sweet whispers of love, or even a flirtatious voice. It was the cries of a woman who was suffering. I was so surprised that I momentarily tried to leave the place. Then I carefully approached, looking through the gap in the door. Oh, this room. All I can think of is Jiggy when I see this room. There's no mistake. This is the room with the handmaiden with the rot is being kept. Ruzi's been coming here secretly. Research alone would be plenty difficult, but he's not neglecting his duties as a doctor. I was moved by his dedication.
I brought a painkiller today. You might feel a little better if you drink this.
Doctor. Doctor is the word of the day, apparently. Alright, well, sure. Let's go and, Alright, I have some stuff from trying to replay through things, so I should go and look at that too. There we go. Doctor. General term for researchers who have the goal of curing all ailments and those who are actually involved in medical treatment. It's interesting that they have that as part of the dictionary, especially at like this late stage of the game, but okay, game, you do you.
Doctor. Here, drink up.
The handmaiden showed no intentions of drinking the medicine that Ruzi recommended.
You can drink it later if you like. I'll come back again. I don't need any more medicines. I just have one request. Yes, what is it? Please kill me. What? What are you saying? I can't bear it anymore. There's no help for me, even if I take medicine. Don't give up. Let's hang in there together. Hang in there. What hope is there? I'm sure everyone else wants me to die soon. No! Everyone is helping us to find the cure. They want to save you, and there are those who are even sacrificing sleep to help. Please stop with the meaningless platitudes. You have no idea how awful it is to bear this pain alone every day. Can you understand, Doctor? I can't take this pain anymore. So please, please kill me.
Please, just hang in there a little longer. Things may be tough now, but once we find the cure, I'm sure.
And when will that be?
What?
When will you find the cure? When can you free me from this pain and suffering?
That's...
Can you even find a cure? I'm tired. I'm at my limit. I want to die and be free from my suffering. I want to be free. If you won't do that for me, then leave. Don't worry, I won't kill myself. I don't even have the energy left for that.
I'll come again tomorrow.
The handmaiden's words hang heavy on my heart. I couldn't say anything to such a ghastly determination. Ruzi also closed his mouth tightly and turned his back to the moaning woman. It's too bad. Oh man, it got like really gray outside after that sunny morning. I kind of wish Naala would go and talk to her, because she's gone through having the rot. I don't know how much she remembers, but it might be somewhat encouraging to know that it is possible to recover, or at least have someone who understands the pain you're going through. I regained composure before Ruzi came out and hurried back to the courtyard. Out of breath, I waited in the shades of the trees for Ruzi to come out. How should I talk to him? Simple comfort would only hurt Ruzi further, but I can't just leave things like this. Oh, it's raining. As I hung my head in concern, I felt a water droplet on my head. Looking up, the sky that had been so sunny this morning seemed to be dyed black, as if I had poured my feelings into it. The plump raindrops steadily increased, mercilessly striking Ruzi's body. Wet grass clung to his feet as he trudged.
Oh.
Ruzi's body tilted, probably from his feet getting caught in the mud. When I saw him, I ran forward and caught him before I could even think about it. Nice, now you're catching him. In the same place where I think he caught you. Let's take a look. Good catch, girl.
You...
Ruzi looked surprised to see me, but then his head dropped again immediately. Raindrops dripping down from his brown hair fell onto my cheeks.
Sorry. Thanks.
Be careful.
Yeah.
We didn't move, staying in each other's arms. I wasn't so sure that this was good for Ruzi. However, I hoped that my company consoled him, even if only a little. How much time passed? As my senses dulled, I heard a question mixed in with the sound of the rain.
Why are you here?
I saw you, so I was curious. And I saw you go into that room.
I see.
I eavesdropped. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it.
You've been checking up on the handmaiden. Ruzi's face distorted in agony as he looked away from me.
I'm doing what I should do as a doctor, but I just ended up hurting her.
She's sick and tired.
Yes, but she's really strong and kind. But as her symptoms worsened, she's gradually been pushed to her limits. She's suffering a lot, more than we can imagine. It must be agonizing. I am a failure as a doctor. I can't help someone in front of me who is suffering. I feel miserable.
Ruzi.
And then complaining to you like this. You're disillusioned, right?
I'm not.
But you must be worried about whether or not we can find the cure. I'm in charge of it, but I'm in this state.
No, I believe you can do it. No one is more devoted to this work than you.
Devoted.
His expression seemed to flow down like the raindrops on his cold face. I'd never seen him like this. Even believing in him, I became worried because I couldn't read his thoughts. Ruzi? As I called out to him, his brown eyelashes with teardrops on them trembled. Our eyes met slowly, and I could see my reflection in his eyes. I sensed passion in them and felt uneasy.
Recently, I can't devote myself to my work. There's another feeling that I can't shake off.
A warning alarm sounded in my head. I shouldn't hear this. I can't know this. Another me shouted out to me, "Abort! Abort!" I'm surprised. He's actually going for it, though. Messy. He didn't do what I expected, though. I thought for sure he'd pull away more. My desire shaking off my reason, I blurted out. What kind of feeling?
A heart filled with love and madness. For you. I want to hold you, kiss you, and make you mine and mine alone.
His passion permeated my ears along with the sound of the rain. But as a relative, right? You want to kiss me passionately as a relative, right? Naala. Bad. Goodness, girl. That's as a relative? My lips shook slightly as I felt the back of his finger touch them. The raindrops accumulated on my lip were scooped by his finger and carried over to Ruzi's mouth. Lewd. As I stared at the series of movements, the raindrops were sucked in like sweet dew. Lewd. His red tongue that I got a peek at left an impression on me.
Could you love someone with a heart as ugly as this as family?
Pulled in by our entwined gaze, the emotions that I'd bottled up began to surface unconsciously. I shook my head, refusing to understand them, and I felt his hands on both my cheeks. As if he were saying, I won't let you run away by yourself.
I'm sorry. You probably didn't want to know that.
But I'd already noticed. Once the lid had been opened up, my emotions flowed out like the falling rain. Wanting him all to myself, the feeling in my chest when he touched me. All of it was... I knew that this was love. Ruzi smiled slightly, seeing in my widely opened eyes that I understood.
I want to melt into you, together with this rain. I want to be your everything, seeping into your very core.
How can you say such things now?
I know this is a wish that will never come true. That is why I wish these feelings get washed away with the rain. A momentary illusion.
A black cloud moved away rapidly as if to express those words. I bit my lip, feeling the sadness in the diminishing raindrops.
I'd better go now. I've got to get my devotion back, so I can make your wish come true.
As he pressed his soft lips against my forehead, I couldn't say anything. I wanted to reach out for him as he moved away, but I couldn't, which drove me mad and desperate. Salty teardrops welled up no matter how much I wiped them away. Before I knew it, I was sobbing my heart out. Oh no, poor girl, just crying in the rain.
There's no way nobody saw and heard this, though. Oh, we'll see.
Oh, Ruzi. Ruzi. Ruzi.
I called out his name, expelling my urges. I'm so stupid. Why did I fall in love like this now?
I'm married to Toya.
I want to forget. Pretend like it never happened. For the first time in my life, I wanted to curse myself over these empty feelings. One more emotion. Uh-oh, she's got the dead eyes. Naala, don't do this. With nothing to do, I just stared out across the courtyard. As I sighed into the sky, the afternoon sunshine beamed into my eyes. Due to the contrast from the cloudy weather that remained in my memory, I remembered even more vividly.
I'd better go now.
Contrary to my mind, my body felt heavy. Honestly, when did I become so weak? Normally I'd be in the lab, but now I'm killing time here. Washed away with the rain. Saying it out loud made me feel its emptiness. How did Ruzi feel when he said this? I can't imagine my feelings disappearing with the rain. I can continue to feel the rain falling onto my chest. His confession, that he wanted to melt into me, had seeped into my core as he wanted. I can't keep hiding out here. I'd better go. It was when I was about to stand up.
Daddy, look! I brought you a pretty flower!
I told you not to come while I'm on duty.
But I wanted to show you right away!
How long will you act like a spoiled child?
A guard and a child passed through the hallway in front of the courtyard. Judging from their conversation, they were father and child. Squinting at the adorable sight, I saw the guard's face suddenly stiffen. He stared at the red flower that his son had brought with a surprised face.
You idiot! Get rid of that at once!
Huh? Ah!
The guard took away the flower roughly as the boy looked like he wanted to cry. The guard, unaware of my presence, looked throughout the corridor and quickly shoved the flowers in his hip pack.
I'll buy you more beautiful flowers, okay?
Yeah.
He probably wanted to get rid of those flowers quickly. Pulling the boy by his hand, he walked off in a hurry. Shout out that boy for picking those particular flowers, 'cause that's the cure.
That was the nameless flower.
The nameless flower blooms near Seg River, which serves as a country border. It was originally a deep blue flower that bloomed along the river, but for some reason, after the rot broke out, it changed shape and color, turning crimson. A sky blue carpet, turning into a bright crimson reminiscent of a sea of blood. This terrifying transformation was said to be a factor which scholars judged to be a cause of the rot. Was it a cause or just another thing that was affected by the rot? But in reality, there's no evidence that this is the cause. And if the nameless flower was the cause of the rot, given that I've swallowed it, I'd already be dead. Swallowed it? The words stuck in the back of my head. Putting everything together, speculations emerged one after another like a chain. No, this wasn't a speculation. This was the only answer I could think of. What makes me different is that I ate the flower. I never believed in the speculation that the flower was the cause of the rot. However, apparently I'd been influenced by the scholar's assumption without even knowing it. Thinking about it without any bias, this is the only conclusion that can be reached regarding the difference between me and everyone else. Even if I'm mistaken, it's worth a try. I'd better hurry up and report this to Ruzi. This major realization blew my worries away. Now I just had to tell him as soon as possible. Even with my feelings in chaos, I ran to the lab. I wasn't expecting to see this room. Okay, interesting.
The nameless flower?
Ruzi was in the nap room in the back of the lab.
I felt somewhat bad about interrupting his attempt to get some rest, but I just had to tell him. Have I seen this room before? Or does it just remind me of one of the other backgrounds? I just don't know. It looks familiar, but maybe I'm mistaken. I myself had survived the rot. The only difference between me and everyone else was that I'd eaten the flower. I spoke quickly, explaining the important points. After listening to the end, Ruzi opened his mouth deep in thought with a hand on his chin.
I see. Listening to your story, I think I understand why Roos wasn't damaged as much.
What do you mean?
Roos has more tributaries from Seg River than Nasla, and most of the flowers flow south due to the influence of the continental wind. Also, there are many tributary towns in Roos. Women who have avoided the rot may have ingested some elements of the flower without knowing it. But what could that element be? Petals? But petals are visible, so they wouldn't willingly ingest it.
It seemed like various speculations were flying around in his head. He paced around in the room, muttering to himself, almost as if he'd forgotten that I was there. After a while, he raised his head as if he realized something.
That's it! The pollen!
Huh?
The pollen! It's the pollen!
The pollen woman! Ruzi grabbed my shoulders and shook, repeating, pollen! I managed to respond while having my head be shaken. Pollen?
Yes, the pollen! That might be the key in curing the rot.
Really? Then if we go pick some of the nameless flowers and have everyone eat them...
Let's hold off on that for a moment. I don't recommend having them directly ingested.
Why?
The nameless flower... or rather, the flower that originally bloomed there, the Seg, is toxic. This is just my guess, but I suspect that the nameless flower is the alteration of the Seg, which happened to counter the rot. It must have gotten a special efficacy in that process. In other words, there's a high possibility that the nameless flower is also poisonous. It'd be dangerous to ingest it directly.
Yeah, but
You were saved because you were physically strong at the time, and with some luck.
You also may have had a little bit of the pollen already in your system by that point, which would give you a bit of a tolerance to the poison of the flower. So yeah, it's a good idea for someone who has like no tolerance at all to not eat a flower. I think he's right about that.
You said you had a high fever, but this might not have been due to the rot alone. Your hair losing color is part of your body's desperate fight for survival.
Is that it? I had no idea I was poisoning myself. It's terrifying to think that one wrong move and I could have died.
But that ended up saving you. It was all or nothing, but eating it was the correct answer.
Can you get rid of the poison?
Yeah, Lord Toya is actually more knowledgeable in this field, so I'll ask for his help. Yeah, he is.
Oh, Toya is familiar with poisons?
You didn't know. Lord Toya is not only familiar with medicine, but with all the methods of refining and neutralizing poisons. If there's something you want to know about poison, ask Lord Toya.
I don't think I'll ever use poison, so I doubt I'll have a chance to ask. I knew that Toya was excellent, but never would have imagined he was familiar with poison. I was amazed at this unexpected side of him, and impressed at his knowledge that goes beyond the position of a king. I wonder if poison can also be used as medicine. Once Toya starts something, he goes all in on it. Oh, but won't it be difficult to bring the flowers in? There are many people at the top who believe that the nameless flower is the cause of the rot.
I feel bad asking so much of him, but I'll have Lord Toya do something about that too. We can arrange to bring them in secretly.
Is there anything I can do?
Right. Well, you can explain to everyone so that they will not be scared to see the flowers, and keep them from spreading rumors.
Okay, leave it to me.
I will.
This is still just a speculation, so it might end in failure. Even so, I felt excited at having finally found hope.
At any rate, I didn't think that you were the girl of rumors.
Huh?
I'd heard rumors before. That the sister-in-law of the Ruse King was lucky enough to even survive the rot.
Well... I was upset that, from the flow of our conversation, he'd figured out that I was the king's sister. I tried to quickly make some kind of excuse, but he waved me off.
I won't ask too deeply about that. It's not your identity that matters to me.
You don't care? Nah, he's being considerate. Thank you.
Okay, then let's go, Naala.
I felt Ruzi's determination in his outstretched hand. I held it with determination as well and nodded once. All right. I took a deep breath as we grasped each other's slightly sweaty hands. After doing our best to put on a calm face, we walked to the lab where everyone was waiting.